What's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here on ZSPN, and today, guys, I'm going to be talking about the Broncos versus the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday night football today for the Broncos for week, I believe 4. I just want to give you guys my thoughts about the game. But before anything, like always, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share my videos all over Facebook, Twitter, all the good social media stuff. There's a lot of emotions that I really want to talk about when it comes to the Broncos. But first off, kudos to the Kansas City Chiefs. Even though we are rivals, but at the end of the day, they came back with a win on their end. And half of that, I really had to blame it on our defense. Our defense was not so good to really recognize and just really give a lot of props to. I mean, sure, there was some key moments where they shined, but at the end of the day, they did not step up their game whatsoever, and I really had to blame it on not just really the defense, because there were some players who played good, but maybe the offensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator for the Denver Broncos, Joe Woods, and I really have to blame it on their end, and also I also have to blame it on the offensive coach, coordinator for the Denver Broncos as well. Our passing offense is really sucky, okay? They did not step up their game whatsoever. Their running offense is amazing. It has been improved, and we've been looking for one for quite some time. I mean, the Broncos needed it. And Philip Lindsay and Royce Freeman stepped up their game with 2 touchdowns from both players. Combined with both players. And they almost average even numbers. I mean, they have really stepped up their game for the Denver Broncos offense, running game, and just really been handling their own. And when there were times when the offensive passing game has not been on their A game, so kudos to them. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Philip Lindsay. I mean, the guy is a native here. I believe he grew up in Aurora, Colorado, and just where I'm from. So it's just great to have a somebody who is from the area and grew up as a Broncos, stayed in this state, and just really representing his team very well. I mean, I'm not sure it's because of the number 30 that's really been sort of a luck charm for Philip Lindsay, but I hope he keeps it up, and I hope there's some consideration for him to get Offensive Rookie of the Year, because he has been unstoppable for these past 4 games into this season so far. So kudos to Philip Lindsay, and also to Royce Freeman. I mean, he has been stepping up as well, but more of the credit to Philip Lindsay for the running offense for the Denver Broncos. What I really want to get into, what really disappointed me also, was the Broncos' offensive passing game. I mean, they have been really bad for these last 3 games now. I mean, we can give some credit from week 1. It was just the first game. I mean, they were on their A game. I mean, obviously that was a great win for the Broncos against the Seattle Seahawks. And when it came to the Raiders in week 2, it was an ugly win. But at the end of the day, the offense did step up, but not so well to the point that we had to praise them for that week 2. But it was an ugly win, and they just pulled it off. And also, with week 3, I mean, obviously it was an away game, and the Broncos were now on their A game, and it's just obviously the Baltimore Ravens were just a better team on that week. But I really thought by them coming back home and playing against a rival team in the division, in the AFC West, there could be a possibility that they win, at Mile High. but somehow it did not go their way. And I just really have to say I blame it on Case Keenum and the offensive, the head coach, Vance Joseph, and their offensive coordinator, Bill Musgrave. I'm not sure what's going on. There has been a lot of missing pieces and a lot of issues with their passing game. I mean, I don't know what's going on. This is Case Keenum, the guy from last season who averaged almost like an MVP type of performance last season. I mean, averaging about 21 touchdowns and had about 7 interceptions. Well, guess what? I mean, this season so far, he's leading in interceptions. Right now, I'm guessing on the top of my head, he has now 6 interceptions. 1 interception away from, getting just basically averaging what he averaged last season. But I believe it's going to be more throughout this season. I mean, we're only in week 4, so we're not so sure how he will possibly bounce back from this, but it doesn't really look good for, not just for Case Keenum, but the offensive coordinator. And we also have to blame it also on the GM, John Elway. I mean, when it came to decision picking a quarterback, you had the opportunity to go after a pretty decent quarterback who was much better than Case Keenum, in my opinion, and that was, Cousins. But I don't want to really go into all this because that's in the past. We're thinking about it now, and it was just disappointing. I mean, at one point we were leading, and then there were some moments where, when Case Keenum passed the ball, I hate to say it, I mean, DT, Demaryius Thomas, he was open. He had the ball touched his hand, and it just, didn't complete well. Maybe because Case Keenum threw it a little bit too high, or maybe a little bit too far. There's a lot of scenarios that we can all argue about this, and we can maybe also blame it on the wide receiver coach as well, which, by the way, before the season ever started, I did not agree with the signing, or no, I mean the hiring of that wide receiver coach for the Denver Broncos. I did not like him. He did not coach well during his days with the Bears. We know how the Bears played with this season's the last couple of seasons that they had this type of coach. So we can also blame it on him. But most importantly, and I just want to leave it at this, we really have to, improve offensively their passing game, and just really they need to bounce back from this, because this is not acceptable. I mean, we're right now in week 4, and I believe right now the record for the Broncos are now 2-2. So there is a chance that they can come back, but I don't want to bet on that. So it still remains to be seen. I'm still holding out hope that they can bounce back from this. I'm not sure who they're playing against on Sunday, but it is going to be a lot of things to expect. I mean, there's some emotions and some decision making that the offense needs to do, and all that starts with the coaching staff as well. So, guys, comment down below. Give me your thoughts about the game today. Did you find something that I didn't really bring up, or was there certain plays that should have happened, or just something that needs to be said that that needs to be changed up? Maybe the Broncos should bench Case Keenum and put in Chad Kelly, the backup for Case Keenum. I mean, it's all up to you guys. Give me your thoughts about it. Like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Go Broncos. Let's hope they all turn this around and, somehow give us more wins, I guess. So, comment down below, like, subscribe. See you guys next video. Thanks so much for watching. Go Broncos. Peace.